Let's talk about the weight on your plate. Let's talk about the weight on your plate. My name's Ayin, and that's going to be the topic of today's video. Let's talk about that plate, this plate of food that I'm talking about. Let's talk about this. Excuse me. On your plate of food, you may be striving to have a healthy, balanced diet. And more, if you're trying to be healthy, you're more than likely you're going to want your calories to be right on your plate, correct? So you're going to have your meat category, you're going to have your vegetables, you're going to have your fruit. And you know, I forgot the way that plate is set up that they teach you early on in school. You get the point. You got some carbs on there, some bread. I don't know, depending on whatever you're cooking. You're trying to have a balanced plate, right? The thing is about every item that's on your plate, it's not going to carry the same weight in regards to calories, nutrients, and there are some things on that plate to where if you had more of, it would throw that whole plate out of whack. It would throw the goal of what you were trying to do out of whack to the point where it could be unhealthy. And then there are certain things on that plate that you could have an excess amount of, and it would actually be even more awesome for you. You may be able to cut back on a big portion of your meat and have an even smaller portion and more vegetables. Maybe that would play into a healthier side of whatever you're trying to do, depending on whatever your goal is. We're just going to go with that for the standpoint, because we know supposedly vegetables are good for you, so we're going to roll with that. My point is, everything on that plate has its own weight. It has what it's bringing to the table. And the thing that makes it work, the reason why you're able to fit all of those things on your plate is you have a balance to those things. If you were putting more of one particular item, by reason, you're gonna, by just common deduction, you're gonna be able to you're gonna have to put less of another item. So it's gonna be up to you on what you're putting more of and what you're putting less of on your plate. Are you just trying to indulge, or are you trying to be healthier? Are you trying to indulge because you want a particular something on? Maybe you got a little piece of your dessert on your plate. I don't know. Maybe you like mixing your food together like dog food. I don't know. Maybe you got some pie on there and your pie is seeping in with your green beans. But you like pie so much, you want pie to take up half your plate. So, of course, you know, unless you've done some sort of healthy, friendly pie, you consuming half a plate of pie, you're going to have more sugar intake. So there's going to be less other things that you're getting. So that's going to throw you out of whack. My point is, on what I'm talking about this food, besides making myself hungry, is this is the way that it works with the things that you have in your life. Things that are important in your life. Your family, your health. That really, I want to change that around. That really should be first. Your health, which is you. Everything about you. Mind, body, everything. Your family. Then it starts branching out into other things in the world. Your job, the duties that you have to take care of, you know, whether you got car, house, whatever. The thing is, in order for you to maintain balance and to be in a healthy, or to be just overall healthy you, those things have to be in balance. You can't have that old saying, it's all work and no play, makes I ain't a lonely guy, whatever the saying is. You can't overindulge all in one thing. Think about it. I can't go all in on work, do 160 hours a week, and expect my family life to be okay, my relationships to be okay. Let's change it up. I can't go all in on my inner circle and my family, and it's all about them, and I'm not thinking about me. I'm not going to the doctor. I'm not even thinking about my well-being. I've been passed out around here. Wouldn't be good for anybody. Yeah, I was good in that short spurt or those moments that I was here for the people that I was here for, but in the end, it was my demise. Think about it. Okay, I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to take all that time to me. That's what you're saying, Aim. Me. That's what matters. I'm going to take all this time to me. All right. You're keeping up on everything. You're doing everything that you need to do health-wise. You're meeting all of your needs, but it's 100% you. Now you don't have no inner circle. Now you don't have an inner circle. Nobody wants to be around you because you're self-indulged. You're actually selfish because it's all about you. You're out of balance. You're out of whack. The weight on your plate. You got to make room for the things that's on your plate for you to have a healthy, balanced diet. And it's the same way and the same thing of how life works. I'm going to put myself up for example for a minute. I'm going to show you on how this aided me in making sense on a lot of things. I'm so tenacious with being complete, having things done, trying to do things to the best of my ability, to where I was treating everything with the same amount of weight. And if anything had to go to squeeze up off the plate per se, it would be me. Man, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be in this person's presence, even though they, push all of my buttons. I'll just bite down, grin, and bear the bullet. But look, at least they're getting the comfort of the visit from me. Now I just left. I'm out of whack for 2 weeks. I'll just go ahead and got the other example that I was getting ready to use, but you get where I'm going with this. Oh, now I remember, it came back to me. What I'm saying, I'm trying to carry the same amount of weight to everything. This meant big and small. I treated the same. I gave everything the same amount of importance, and it consumed me. It caused me unnecessary worry. Even on the smallest of things, you can make a mountain out of a molehill because you're that diligent in getting things done. It may be good for the people up around you, and you may really seem productive. You may really seem like a person who is up on it. But are you really? What is it doing to you? The weight on your plate. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with that analogy. You sitting there eating whatever it is on your plate. Ultimately, that's your that's your meal to swallow. You're the one that's taking it in. How are you taking it in? That's it. I have no more. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. I'm Aim. You have a good one.